So maybe you're looking for your first place in Halifax, maybe you're selling a house in Halifax, maybe you're moving to Halifax. Well, we want to talk to you today about exactly why house prices in Halifax are not coming down. Hey everyone, I'm Richard Payne from Halifax Homes and Lifestyles, and as you know, we are always giving you the information at the start of every month about stats of what's really going on in the Halifax market. But today, I want to delve into just a little bit about why the house prices here in the Halifax area are not really going down. If we start looking at the monthly sale price from, say, let's go back to January 2023 to January 2024, it started at $535,000 as an average for the whole of HRM. Now here we are in January 2024, and the average sale price then was at $577,000. So that's a $42,000 price increase over 12 months, which equates to roughly 8%. Then the big question is, well, okay, so why aren't house prices coming down? Well, there's kind of a few reasons for that. So number one, and we've had this for quite some time now, is just the lack of inventory and lack of available houses for buyers to actually come and buy here in Halifax. And we've been saying this now, well, it's probably been a good 4 years, because like before that wonderful little pandemic thing happened, that was the start of the cause of a lot of the problems. And we've just not really caught up. Like, yes, there is definitely more houses available. And right now we are sitting at something like 3 months of inventory in the market. So it still puts it at a seller's market. So yes, we've gone from like 0.8 months of inventory up to 3 months of inventory. But is that necessarily based on the fact that there are more houses for sale, or just people are buying less houses? Well, the answer to that question is that we know that there are less transactions because we are down around about a third from 2023 compared to 2022. So we lost around about a third of all the transactions, which means less buyers. Why are there less buyers? Less buyers because of higher mortgage interest rates, and that is absolutely driving buyer apathy right now in terms of, can I afford that mortgage on that house at that price compared to what it was maybe 4 years ago, when average was probably like $380,000. So that's the reason number one as to why we're not seeing house prices going down is, yes, there are more houses, but there is still a decent amount of demand, and there is still not a huge amount of houses for sale. All right, reason number two why I firmly believe that, we're not seeing house prices coming down off where we are today is it comes down to the value of the houses, the value of the lifestyle, the value of living in HRM, Halifax area, or living even in Nova Scotia. Like, you look at some of the lifestyle factors that people are looking at, because yeah, $577,000 gets you that kind of 2-story split entry, 2,800 square feet. Can also get you like more space. But from a lifestyle point of view, especially if you're comparing us to Toronto or Vancouver, is the commutes to work, the facilities that are around, the closeness and proximity to nature, to the ocean, to parks, to all of these extra things that, are definitely lifestyle factors that people are looking for. And when you compare all of that at an average of $577,000, that's when people will look at it and compare it to somewhere in Ontario, some of the bigger cities in Ontario, especially Vancouver, and they will really see that yes, there is like a lot of value in what you're getting, not just for the house, but for everything else surrounding it, the whole lifestyle you're going to lead, like, everything basically about living in the Halifax area / Nova Scotia. Our third and final reason as to why we are not seeing the Halifax house prices coming down is all about the fact that there is quite a lot of pent-up buyers that are just sitting and waiting for that perfect house to come up at the right price, and as well mortgage rates. So what we're going to see for kind of like the rest of the year, and why prices are not really going to come down, is there are still a lot of buyers out there, and we are in a seller's market still. We are less than 3 months of inventory, which still makes us a seller's market. Now, houses are definitely taking longer to sell. We're on kind of like that 32, 35 days on average to sell. But I'll take a recent example of one of the listings that we've got up for sale, which is now conditional. We were at just over 3 weeks on the market. We'd had some good viewings and everything, and then all of a sudden on that kind of like the Thursday and the Friday, we had like 6 or 7 viewings lined up, and then we did get into multiple offer situations. So, all of a sudden, we were listed at $830,000. We got into multiple offers, and then of course, what can happen to pricing and everything else at that stage is it did come over asking price. So when that happens, that's when you kind of go, well, okay, we were listed at $830. We had multiple offers. Everybody saw the value in that $830, and now we've sold it for kind of over the asking price, which has not been a common thing we've seen at the start of 2024 at all. So once you get that still tells you that, that the $830 asking price, people saw value in that. And that's the key thing, is why we're not seeing the values go down. If we're still seeing multiple offers, if we're still getting a lot of viewings, house prices are going to stay where they are. Maybe they're going to go up, but my feeling is we're kind of just hovering around that, anywhere from like 575 to 620. Just depends on what's going on in the month particular. So there you go. 3 reasons why Halifax house prices are not going to come down this year. And if you have any questions, make sure you kind of add a comment down below. You can hit the bell, you can subscribe, and we will get some more content out to you in the very near future. And of course, get in touch if you have any questions at all about Halifax, Nova Scotia, moving here, or buying and selling.